If you're dealing with burning, tingling, numbness, electric sensations, or weakness that seems to change from day to day, this video is for you. Peripheral neuropathy can feel overwhelming, not just physically, but mentally. One day it burns, another day it tingles, another day it feels numb or weak. And you start asking yourself, what's really happening in my body? Why does this keep changing? Am I getting worse? Today we're going to slow everything down and explain peripheral neuropathy in clear, simple terms, without medical jargon, without fear, and without jumping to worst-case conclusions. This video is for education only. It does not replace medical advice, and only a qualified healthcare professional can diagnose or treat peripheral neuropathy. But understanding what's happening can change how you experience it. What peripheral neuropathy really means. Let's start with the word itself. Peripheral neuropathy simply means the nerves outside the brain and spinal cord are not communicating normally. That's it. It does not automatically mean severe damage, permanent worsening, loss of control, or a straight downhill path. It means nerve signals are altered, and that alteration can happen for many reasons, not all of them structural or permanent. Nerves are communication cables. They carry messages about sensation, like touch, temperature, and pain, as well as movement, position, and balance. When those signals become distorted, delayed, amplified, or muted, symptoms appear. Common peripheral neuropathy symptoms in real-life language. Most people experience some combination of burning sensations, often in feet or hands, tingling or pins and needles, numbness or reduced sensation, electric or shock-like feelings, weakness or that jelly feeling, sensitivity to touch, and symptoms that worsen at night. What confuses people most is this: symptoms often change, and that leads to fear. But, variability is actually a key clue. Why neuropathy symptoms change from day to day. If neuropathy were only about nerve destruction, symptoms would usually be consistent. But many people notice some days are better, some days are worse, flares happen without injury, and symptoms shift location or intensity. That's because nerve sensitivity plays a major role. Nerves don't just transmit signals, they amplify or dampen them based on the nervous system's state, which brings us to something rarely explained. The nervous system is, kind of like the volume knob for your body. Your nervous system is constantly asking one question: am I safe? When the answer is yes, signals are calm and regulated. But when the answer is no, those signals get louder. So, here's what that means. Stress increases pain sensitivity. Poor sleep increases nerve reactivity. Fatigue lowers your tolerance, and fear amplifies sensation. That's why neuropathy symptoms often flare during stress, get worse with poor sleep, calm down when you feel relaxed or distracted, and, honestly, just feel worse at night. This doesn't mean your symptoms are imagined. It just means that your signal processing system is involved. Overactive nervous system and neuropathy. Let's talk about that. An overactive nervous system stays in alert mode for way too long. And this can happen with things like chronic stress, long-term illness, health anxiety, pain vigilance, or always pushing through. When this happens, pain thresholds drop, nerves fire more easily, signals linger longer, and sensations feel stronger. This is often called nervous system dysregulation. And, it explains why neuropathy can feel really intense, even when scans don't show any progression. Neuropathy is not always about new damage. This is actually a crucial point. Many people fear every flare means more damage. But in many cases, flares actually reflect increased sensitivity, reduced recovery, stress activation, or sleep disruption, not new nerve injury. Just understanding this alone often reduces fear. And honestly, fear reduction lowers nerve reactivity. That's not just mindset talk. That's physiology. Let's talk about 3 big amplifiers: sleep, stress, and recovery. So during sleep, nerves repair, reset, and recalibrate. If you have poor sleep, that usually means louder signals the next day. Now, when it comes to stress, it activates our fight or flight response, which actually lowers pain tolerance and makes sensations feel even stronger. And then there's recovery. When the nervous system never really fully calms down, symptoms just kind of linger. This is why resting doesn't always help, you know? You can rest your body, but your nervous system might still be stuck on high alert. Instead of focusing only on what's wrong with my nerves, many people actually improve their experience by paying attention to a few other things: how reactive their nervous system is, how well they recover, how safe their body feels, and how consistent their support is. This isn't about ignoring medical care, not at all. It's really about adding regulation into the mix. So, without replacing medical treatment, many people explore a few practical ways to support nerve comfort. Things like keeping a consistent sleep routine, practicing stress reduction, gentle movement, and sensory calming. Some folks look into nervous system support nutrients, or just focus on daily, non-aggressive support habits. The key word here is, honestly, consistent. Nerves really don't respond well to extremes. They respond to calm, repetition, and a sense of safety. You know, a lot of people try to force relief, eliminate symptoms quickly, or even panic during flares. But this actually keeps the nervous system activated. Calm, gentle support sends a different message, like, you're safe. You don't need to shout. And when nerves stop shouting, symptoms do soften. Not overnight and not perfectly, but you'll notice a difference over time. Some people choose to explore gentle nerve support products as part of their daily care, not as a cure, and not as a replacement, but as a way to support calmer nerve signaling. If you're curious about that, you'll find some additional information below to review calmly, at your own pace. There's no pressure, no promises, just education. Peripheral neuropathy does not mean your body is broken. It just means your nerve signals are altered. And altered signals can often be calmed, supported, and regulated. Understanding really does replace fear. And when you reduce fear, you reduce sensitivity. Calm creates space for improvement. If this video helped you understand your symptoms more clearly, consider liking it, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who feels overwhelmed by neuropathy. And just remember, neuropathy isn't just about nerves. It's about signals, safety, and support, one steady day at a time.